My good sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mlangeni.
The one and only.
The LoneRider.
The LoneRider himself.
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm very well, sir. How are you?
Good to see you finally.
Yeah, hey.
We've been fighting for...
It's been a long time coming.
We've been fighting for this to happen for a long time. Welcome to the vlogcast.
Thank you, sir.
Your story matters. Everyday banking. When I came up with this idea, I thought, how about I do a podcast / vlog of people that I believe are influential in the town, that I think have made a great impact in their own life and perhaps also in the community. So I think just to kick it off, introduce yourself. Who are you for those who don't know you?
Well, I am Brian Mlangeni, then born and bred in Zanin. I'm very passionate. I love life. I'm very positive, full of energy. I think that sums me up.
Wow, amazing. And Brian, just to perhaps kickstart with the questions, take us through your life, and I'll say take us through a mix of your life personally and perhaps maybe your growing up, your upbringing, and up until perhaps where you are. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested into knowing, where you started in terms of your personal life, and also where you are in terms of currently your business life. That would be interesting to know, actually.
I think from when I was born, it's I've always had that thing. There is more to life. I've always felt a bit special, more special than others.
High achievers are always like this. High achievers.
You know what? So when my mother tells me of my early childhood years, like during school, she's a retired educator, and I would always strive or fight to be first in line, everything, be it the food parcels.
It's tall people syndrome,
Be it anything. So I would even be the child that the teacher would be sending to go get chalk by the principal. So I always knew there was something special.
You always wanted to be first.
I always wanted to be first. Then I think then later, just fast forwarding, then doing my matric, then in 1998, I'm not just exposing my age. 1998, that's when I did my first year at Pretoria Technikon, which later on became Tshwane University of Technology. And I majored, or rather did, marketing. So I am a marketing graduate.
Wow. How sorry to cut you in, how difficult was it for you to actually choose a career path, or to choose the qualification you actually went for? Because I would assume marketing wasn't a thing, with most young people, it's either engineer, doctor, nurse, whatever the case may be, teacher. For you, what made you decide to?
So amazingly, marketing was my second choice. My first choice was journalism or media studies.
Okay.
I loved that with passion.
Okay.
So it so happened that I couldn't get just entry into journalism. Then I opted for marketing. So marketing, I actually got into it because I was told that I talk a lot.
As you can see.
So I was told that I talk a lot. Then got into it, and I fell in love with it. Understood the concept behind a product, and how a product should be positioned and all that. Then when I completed, this was by the grace of the Lord that I moved into, or rather my first official or formal job was with a company in Pretoria. This was in 2006. Operated within the human capital space, and that also helped me, or rather fitted within my set of skills, because I love people. So for some reason I would thrive within that space. And fast forward, later on I'm in the same business.
That sounds like something that God would organize, in a sense, to say that you started here, and then all of a sudden, fast forward, you end up in that very same place that you might not have thought you'd end up. So, the beginning of your business journey. Tell me, did you start off knowing that you're going to be full-on entrepreneurial, or obviously you started with a job, but then did you believe or think or imagine that you'd end up being a business owner of yourself?
Not in a million years. Yeah. Destiny, it's purpose. And then it's only later on that I realized that all the past years have been preparation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the time came and I'm like, whoa, I know so much, and this is so much that I've learned, and now I can use it to benefit me and the people around, you know. So that's been amazing. And funny enough is, so when I worked for that specific business, my first official job in 2006, I stayed there for about 4 years. But at the back of my mind, I go like, okay, the business trusts me to do all these things, and then they also allowed me to formulate relationships with companies, and I would go have meetings with executives, CEOs, human resource directors. And then I realized that, yes, I am employed by the company, but it's me, you know, because companies would call in and specifically want to talk to Brian, you know, and that I found so amazing. So at the back of my mind, I would think, this is me, so I can actually try and do this, you know. But you know, with all the legalities, restraint of trades and stuff like that, so if you leave a company, they're not going to allow you to operate.
Of course.
There's red tape, you know what I mean? So, but then I think with ambition to like grow corporately, I left the human capital space, then went into banking.
Wow.
Went into banking.
Tell us more about that one.
I won't mention the other banks because we love Absa.
This business with you and cycling now, like, how did it start? What happened? Have you always loved it, or did you just, you know, come across? Imagine, like, I can imagine if you are someone spiritual or religious like myself, they say you can dream your wife, and then God says this one is the one.
Exactly, and actualize it.
So now was cycling the one, you know? That's what I would want to know, you know.
So amazingly is I've always been very athletic from a young age.
Obvious. Look at how you look. Come on now. It's not even amazing. Come on, too obvious.
It's lots of hours fasting.
Okay. Hey, yeah, no, guys. I'll try and fast.
So I've always been athletic from a young age, but there were no opportunities. And I've always been very strong with in active contact sport. But the schools I went to didn't have rugby, like your American football, because I'm very strong.
So you would have played rugby?
I would have played rugby, and I would have killed it.
Okay.
So tried athletics. I was fast, but I had sure. I mean, my reasons for not running are very funny.
Okay.
I wouldn't. So whenever I would get onto track, I would hold back because I didn't want people to see how fast I am. Can you imagine? That's foolish.
Alright, that's very, very weird. But yeah, anyway.
So turning point in my life, 2019, before lockdown, I lost my big brother. May his soul rest in peace. I lost him, and that now sent me into depression. I couldn't breathe. I mean, my wife would, she was there supportive, but it was very tough. And sometimes I'll try to try and numb the pain through medication, just to catch a dose, But yeah, so relocated from Gauteng, and here in Zanin. Look at the background. The A, you know. Yeah. So one day I went to gym, and when I went to gym, next to the gym in Zanin, there's a cycling shop. I'm like, let me just walk in here and find out what's happening. I always hear about,
Boulevard, ne?
Yeah. I'm like, not Boulevard. There's one there next to Last School Zanin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I walked into the shop there, and candy just placed in front of me.
Out of the blue.
And I asked questions, and but the bikes were a bit, you know, costly. Because now I used to think a bike is those ones that you see at. Oh, let me not mention names.
How much is this one?
Nah, I can't mention.
Yeah, guys.
I can't mention.
Yeah, no,
then I walked in there, asked, and then I was shown the different ranges. So I actually started with a mountain bike. I came back home, told my wife about it, and my wife was supportive. I got my bike, and boom, the rest is history. Eh?
Wow.
It's been interesting because I didn't know anything about about cycling, and even the clothes, the cycling gear. Was, if I were to show you pictures of my first day cycling, I did not even have a helmet.
It's proof to say that you don't need a good starting point to start, right? Funny enough, we mentioned the clothes. Right? There's these guys now. I'm sure they're trending on the news.
Yes.
Have you seen them?
The guys to Cape Town.
Yeah. They're cycling, and you can see they don't have the right gear, the right bikes, and everything. But they just decided, okay, we're gonna start this thing, and whatever is gonna find us along the way. And so, do you think that's maybe also a principle that is part of your life as well, that you don't necessarily need a good starting point to start anything, as long as you believe it can work out?
I think what's important is the start. Once the start happens, everything is going to build up. You know, we all, there's always a point of origin. And it starts with that desire and that interest. Today there's accolades. I should have brought my medals here.
You should next time. I
should have brought my medals here. And from then, and I was not fast. I always shied away from challenges. And now I'm an excellent climber. I'm always going up Coach House. I'm always going up Soekmekar. I'm always going up
Cape Epic. Are you hearing? You have a competitor, yeah?
You know, so it's been interesting and exciting. But it's about, besides the benefit that my body gets out of it, how my heart, my soul feels. Ooh, it's so soothing.
It's almost like a calling.
It is a calling, and hence the birthing of the legendary LoneRider.
We are coming to it. Tell us this name. I saw a post that you did, and it was so funny. He was talking to his wife, and he's explaining to his wife, like, baby, LoneRider and Brian are two different characters, right? This one is an alter ego. This one is just, you understand? So, tell us about LoneRider, Mr. Clark Kent. We want to know.
Superman and Clark Kent.
Bruce Wayne and Batman.
So, if you follow the sport of cycling, cyclists always go in a group. And when I started, I desired to be part of a group, because I always see them, but you don't know anyone. So, but because you don't know anyone, are you gonna stop? You know, until it got engrafted in me that, you know what, I think I thrive alone. I thrive in solitude, and just that story that I told you of the passing of my brother. You know, I got healing through cycling. You know what I mean? So I love cycling alone, even though recently I just got signed by a team.
Well done. Congratulations.
Dental marathon.
Nice.
Yeah, dental marathon.
Okay.
But my training happens in silos. I climb these mountains alone. LoneRider.
Wow.
So LoneRider is sort of like a hero type of a figure who then shares with the world that it's possible. Because if you follow me on my pages, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube as well, you get to, when you engage with me, you realize that I talk about life issues. Sometimes I liken climbing a hill to the challenges that we experience in life. And you know, after that tough hill, there's a smooth sail. There's a descent, and you gotta enjoy. It's gonna be, you're gonna feel the breeze. You know, so that's how life. That's my outlook on life.
And that's the whole
LoneRider thing. And I think and amazingly is people just have all of a sudden taken interest in what I do. And I think I have also, God has allowed me to sort of like position this sport in a different light, that it's doable. It's Brian that we know who is cycling, people have been asking me about bike prices, clothes, what type of speeds, how does, things like that, Very soon, probably LoneRider will open a bike shop.
Come on now. And hopefully Absa will finance that bike shop.
Now we're talking business.